Father, may everything we do begin with your inspiration. Let our work always find its origin in you, and through you reach completion. Lord, pour out on us the spirit of understanding, truth, and peace. God, our Father, work is your gift to us, a call to reach new heights by using our talents for the good of all. We offer this gathering to you and ask you to bless it with your wisdom and grace. Thank you for this opportunity to be together, to grow in our love and service of you and of one another. Enlighten our minds to know what is true and just, and strengthen our will to carry out faithfully what we come to see as our duty. May all our thoughts, words, and actions be directed to making your name and your love better known among men for our sanctification and happiness here and in eternity. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Ayun, you may all sit down and you may come forward na kung na kasi Mary Ann. Anyway, good afternoon po everyone. My name is Chris Cruz Rojas and I'm one of the members of the Living Light community. As you all know, the Living Light community is a voluntary group of Catholics and Christians who are responsible for the daily Wednesday Masses and First Friday Masses, as well as the outreach activities and this Lunch and Learn series. So today, we are on our 57th Lunch and Learn series, and which we hold every month, every second Thursday of the month. This one has been third Thursday because of the annual meeting, but it's always on second Thursday of the month. So today, we are very fortunate to have a very important for me and very inspirational guest speaker. And she is one of us actually before. She started her AD career as a contractual staff in OIST in 1989. Oh yeah, malilibil ang age. And then spent most of her career in BPMSD, and then she joined OSEC until she retired in 2013. I have a personal relationship with her because she's my mentor and my idol in BPHR, having been seated to her, and we were teammates in BPHR for a long time. And she is also my co-dancer in Dance Guild when we were not Dance Guild retirees yet. So I'm really very fortunate to have a relationship with her. But that relationship is not all serious in work. It's also fun. She's also crazy, but that is not what everybody knows. She's crazy as well. But this time, she's going to talk on something that she has not really been open about. But with the leading of the Lord, she is going to talk to us about her experience. So I'd like to give the entire time to her. You may ask her questions later if you have. But let's give her the floor this time. So everyone, let's give a round of applause to the Mary Ann Magtalas.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Hello to my fellow ADBers. Hello. And to my dear friends. I see a lot of familiar faces. Thank you for coming. Siguro natataka kayo, bakit ako? Actually, ako din tanong ko rin sa sarili ko, bakit nga ba ako ang speaker niyo this afternoon? Well, it all started with a friendly text and a lunch with Edith Cruz. Edith, where are you? And then, the usual thing, kwentuhan, and she shared with me the success stories of outreach activities of LLC, and the most recent one being that of Tacloban. In fact, I was the one who encouraged her to speak about it in a public forum and share how God moved her and other LLC members towards the success of the projects. But for whatever reason, I do not know what happened. I do not know how she did it. But at the end of that 7-hour lunch, I ended up being coerced to speak. So here I am. Alright, just to maximize our time together for this afternoon, here's our plan. First, I'm going to share with you a never-been-told story about my cancer journey while I'm working here in ADB. Second, I will share with you how God revealed Himself to me in the process of healing. And third, life's lessons that I wanted to share with all of you. If we still have time, we can do questions or sharings, perhaps. Okay? I've never been told story. Now, it can be told. I am a breast cancer survivor. And this was something I kept only to myself. This was only something I kept to myself for the longest time. And I've kept from all of you while I was still working in ADB. I guess now it's time. Let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever in your life asked yourself, or maybe have you ever experienced running around in circles and then going nowhere, and then ask yourself, where am I going? What for? 3 years before I retired from ADB, I asked myself that life-changing question. And it wasn't really, it didn't feel good when I asked myself that question. And little did I know that it was going to be the start of my spiritual journey. Let's do a little flashback during my younger years. Revelation. Even before working in ADB, during my high school years, my breasts have actually been nodular. 13 nodules on the left, 15, sometimes 18 on the right, and these were all fibrocystically benign lumps. And then, when this cancerous lump came into the picture, of course, I ignored it. That was year 2009. Year 2011, for whatever reason, I placed my right hand on top of my breast, and then when it touched that lump, it felt like a sudden gush of boiling blood rushing against my body. It was as if like, ano yun? At that point, I think the universe was trying to tell me something. So I had it checked. Initially, it was a fine needle aspiration, and it was ultrasound based. So when the sonologist was about to start with the ultrasound, she goes, may color ito ah. Color, I think, is a medical code for doctors, especially said in front of a patient. So the procedure was deferred because they suspected something. I underwent extensive mammography and ultrasound. The test results came. The doctor said, Mary Ann, it is malignant. I did not believe her. I went for a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, even a sixth opinion. But all doctors were in unison. Mary Ann, hindi kasi classic eh. Ang cancer, I was told, it's very firm, it's not movable, and it is not painful. So when you do a breast examination on me, it's the exact opposite. But the results showed there is a flowery image. So cancer cells are flowery in nature. So believe me, that was the very first major decision I ever did in my whole life. On the spur of the moment, the quickest I could think, without even actually feeling or thinking about it. And then my doctor said, sige Mary Ann, let's now involve your family because this is a major operation. No. Sabi ko, Doc, no, please. I don't want my family to worry about me, especially my mom. She's so fragile. Baka una pa siyang mamatay. So, I wanted to focus on my healing. At the back of my mind, I didn't want to think about my mom or my family. I signed a waiver. They will operate on me. If it's benign, they will close me. But if it's malignant, diretso na siya sa mastectomy. So in other words, I was operated on without even knowing whether it's cancer or not. And my God was telling me, you think about it. Surprise after that. The verdict. So when I recovered sa recovery room, clock time showed 1 o'clock in the morning. Bakit ang tagal? 7 o'clock p.m. yung surgery ko. And then I felt numb dito sa area na to sa left. I don't even feel any pain. So I was wondering, do I still have my left breast? Or not anymore? The very first thought that came to mind after that was, paano na yung work ko sa ATP? And then I heard voices, nurses speaking or talking in the background. I'm not even so sure whether they were talking about me. But there was only one word that stuck to my mind. It is cancer. And it was only at that moment that I realized I don't have my left breast anymore. Divine help. Without my family knowing all these things, especially my mom, and without even having a personal relationship with my God during that time, my God still sent me 4 strangers. They came out of nowhere. Siguro my God said, this would be the divine help to support you on behalf of your family. So I call these friends, or total strangers, as my breast friends. So first, I have a nurse. He was there, she was there, she took care of me every time I'm in the hospital for the confinements, especially during the chemo cycles. I have a physical therapist at that time who took care of my post-operation mobility so that my body is still functioning. I have a wig attendant who took care of maintaining my 2 sets of human wigs, who shampooed and blow-dried my wigs twice a week. Mind you, at that time, wearing a headscarf was not an option for me because I will just give myself away. And nobody, as in nobody, should know about my cancer, especially here in ADP. I was known to be a health buff in ADP. I was thriving on fruits and vegetables. And then cancer? No way. Glaringly, it is pride. And then my 4th best friend is a hairstylist who took care of styling my real hair from long to short, who took care of styling my human wigs, who took care of shaving off my hair, real hair, when it was starting to fall off, and who took care of styling my post-chemotherapy hair. The struggle. Reporting in ADB at that time was a struggle because I had to hide a lot of things. So I told Mr. Dawson, "Sir, please let it be a secret between the 2 of us." I do not know, but maybe Mr. Dawson thought I would be on an inclusive 6-month leave because of my chemo cycle. So he talked to BPHR just to give me a reliever, and maybe that was the start how the word came around. So, I spoke to Shirley Lines, who happened to be my backup then in OSE. Shirley, word is coming around, going around, I'm ill. Shirley, deny to death tayo. Deny to the max. And she respected my wishes. Lowest points. I had two. One of the effects of the chemo medicines in my body is extreme vaginal dryness. So naalala ko, it was my last day of chemo, so I'm going to graduate. I was all so excited. So upon my excitement, there was a taxi waiting for me downstairs. But I felt the urge to empty my bladder, so I went to the toilet. Then I opened the bidet, but when I opened it, I wasn't able to control it. So can you imagine, it was already painful down there. So when I opened the bidet, there was a strong gush of water that, ang sakit! It was excruciating. At that time, sabi ko, Diyos ko, tama na. Next thing I knew, I was sitting down, and then I coiled myself into a fetus position. I was lying on the toilet floor. My wig fell off. I can feel the perspiration on my scalp. I was crying because of self-pity. I decided to rise. Sabi ko, there's something to look forward to. Graduation day from chemo. Second lowest point I'd like to share with you. When my chemo cycles were at its worst, patong-patong na po yung chemo med sa katawan. I got completely bald, as in like Bembol Rocco. It's like a Buddhist monk. So I was caressing my hair like this, and then I was touching on my bloated belly, like it was so big. There's a water retention. I looked myself in the mirror and said, hello, chemo beauty. So ganito lang pala mahal ko. I was so afraid of the stigma of female baldness. But one thing I realized, being bald is not a big deal anymore, especially when you've gone through a lot. The recovery. So back to my first question. Have you ever experienced running around in circle, going nowhere? During my first year of recovery, everything slowed down. My world slowed down. In fact, I cannot pace myself anymore with the rat race world of ADP. The end of the day, I can finish my deliverables and then, ito na yun. Is this what life is really all about? I felt there was something more, but I wouldn't know what this something more is if I still remain in my golden age. So the healing, everything happened in bed. Of course, you were bedbound. You're just too tired, not even to lift an eyelash. The body is very weak. And the doctors would say, bawal lumabas, because my immune system was really down, so they're trying to avoid infection. So what else could be done? Nothing to do, but to stare blankly at the ceiling, read books, pray and pray over and over, cursing my God, cussing Him. And then I read a book, it's okay to get mad at God. He can take it. So this was how God revealed to me, how God revealed Himself to me. But at the end of the day, after hating God, you still choose Him. No choice. Actually, there is a choice, but you have to choose God. The funny side of cancer. told to myself, of course, when these events were happening, it wasn't funny. It was only in hindsight that I realized they were funny. I said to myself, cancer may be a scary disease, but maybe we can find something funny in everything, including cancer. So, while I was adjusting to the imbalance, my right breast protruded, and my left breast like, walang laman. I was trying to figure out how to balance the imbalance. So I tried several things. Wait, I have props. I tried first pads. This one. So pads, I realized they were so movable. So when I place it here and I move a lot, there is a tendency to beep. Yeah, yes, right, like this. Right at the tip of my shirt. So what I'm going to do is, hide it clandestinely without anybody seeing it. And then all of a sudden, it pops up again. And then so I hide it. Parang it's like an unsightly mannerism. And this is a funny experience with my doctor. Check-up day. I totally forgotten I was wearing a pad. So when I unhooked my bra in front of my doctor, there came my pad flying up into the air, landing right on the face of my doctor and down on the floor. My doctor picks it up. Uy, ano ba ito? It was so embarrassing because my doctor was a male doctor. Sabi ko, no to pads. So I tried naman, silicone. Silicone. Wow, very firm and secure, no? But then I realized that if you wear this silicone for the longest time of the day, especially under the heat of the sun, you'd feel every drop of perspiration running against my left chest. So sabi ni Joy, si Joy Valerio, yung nurse, ang medical, sabi niya, Ma'am Ann, yung kilikili mo nag-perspire. So sabi ko, to yun naman. Sabi ko, loka. Suso ko yan. So sabi ko gano'n, no to this one. So on the third try, I finally found the one. Spanx. It's an imported brand name of a bra. Spanx. It's very light, comfortable, it's not sticky.
SPAN.
Spanx, S-P-A-N-X. But of course, I cannot show it to you now because I'm wearing it. Unless, well,
Share.
like,
Show it.
life's lessons. I'll share with you my top 3 key takeaways. God meets you where you are in your current journey. Remember the time when everything was a secret and then my God sent me my best friends? Siguro sabi ni Lord, ang kulit mo, Mary Ann, ayaw mo talaga sabihin mo. So He gave me 4 best friends. He met me, at that time I didn't have a God in my life, but still, He gave me 4 best friends. So He met me where I was in my current journey, and He took care of every little detail that I'm so concerned about. Vanity, human heroin. So this was how God revealed Himself to me. Second lesson. Everything is a grace. Remember this vagina experience in the CR? I was so down, I decided to rise up. We rise, we fall, and then we rise again. We choose to rise. We choose God. We choose to see something beautiful out of a very painful experience. And it's a grace. We cannot do it by ourselves. Sabi nga ng mommy ko, naku anak, ang problema yan pag wala pa yung problema. Pero pag nandun ka na sa problema, ini-experience mo na, hindi na siya problema. Mother knows best. Totoo. Because if it is a problem if there is a solution. But when there is no solution, it becomes a situation. And situations are supposed to be accepted and surrendered. The surrendering and the accepting part, these are the most difficult things. And it is only if you put God into the equation, it will become a grace. So everything is a grace. If you want change, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You remember this story about me being completely bald? So from a long-haired Mary Ann to a completely bald Mary Ann to a styled hair with bangs Mary Ann. These are all changes. And whether they are hair changes, still it is a journey because there is a story behind every hair change. And every journey requires uncomfortability. So for those of you whose life has been touched by illness, or in the same journey as I was, cancer patient or survivors, for those of you who are even toying with the idea of retiring from ADP or not, these are all changes. And if you are willing, at least if you're willing to change, then you must be willing also to feel the uncomfortable. My story continues to unfold. My ebook turned out to be a big story. But it did not start that way. It started with a pen, with a loss, and a car. It's not because that I'm standing here in front of you that I'm already an expert with all these life's lessons. Absolutely not. I'm here because we were brought together this afternoon. We all have something to share. I'm here to tell you that I am also a work in progress like you are. I am wounded, so are you. We are all hurting. The only difference is that I'm here standing talking and you're there seated listening. At this point, I prepared a very short prayer. I hope, is it okay if I just... So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
So let's stand.
It's okay. Dear God, we pray that you continue to meet us where we are in our current journeys. We know, you know, that ADB takes so much of our precious time from our families. And so we pray that you give us the grace to accept that you are bigger than our stresses and our fears. Lastly, we know you feel our hesitancy to change. But in our willingness, at least in our willingness to change, please give us the grace to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. These we ask in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Again, thank you for the opportunity to be here. There's still time, no? I think it's
Yes.
12:30. We can do questions, or if you want to share
Yes,
anything.
but first of all, let's give Marian a the biggest round of applause, and also to our God. Marian, we're also quiet kasi ninanamnam namin bawat sinasabi mo. And well, personally, it has really touched me. So, there's still time for questions and answers. Question and answer. Meron po ba kayong gusto itanong kay Marian? Or any takeaways? Yes.
Maybe she can share
Oh, your ebook. About your ebook.
Sorry, but the link, I think, in the Buko app is not working anymore for one reason or another. I think that chapter is already ended. I shared, yeah, I don't know how God's, so there is a link, but it's not working anymore. I was told. But I'm trying to self-publish the ebook. So maybe in the future.
Let us know. Let us know about that.
Sorry.
Okay, for the printed copy.
I the printed, that's very expensive. But let's see how God will work.
Yes, amen. Any other po na takeaways? Yes?
Si Marot.
Hi, Mary Ann. Thank you so much for being generous in sharing your experience. It's truly inspiring and well said. I'm speechless, actually. My question is, how did your mother react and your family when they knew about it already? And if looking back, would you do it again, hiding and not sharing your illness with them?
Actually, ayoko pa talagang sabihin until chemo. But my doctor and my priest friend said, Mary Ann, it's time. At least fight him before ka lang mag-chemo. Because you will need the support of your mom, the prayers of your mom. Because mom's prayers are very powerful in heaven. So when I shared it to my mom, she handled it with so much grace. She just smiled, but I knew in her heart of hearts, behind that smile, is everything I really wouldn't understand. So, and then I told my mom, okay mommy, alam mo na, I'm giving you the option. Do you want me to tell to my siblings and for the rest of the family? Sabi niya, wag na. Tayong dalawa na lang. So I respected that. And then the ebook came. I have several friends in Facebook and including my siblings. So that was the only time they knew about it. So when I had a chance to gather over lunch, sabi ng kapatid ko, ano ba yung pinost mo sa ebook? Hindi, it wasn't really talked about in the family. It was just way of feeling na lang. So the second question, if I were to hide it, siguro oo, kasi ganun din. Okay. I wouldn't be here now if it weren't for that. So I will not neglect the past. Maybe in a different story, in a different scenario, but if I were to relive it, I respect myself. I'm comfortable with who I am now because of my past. But the only difference is now there is already a God in the equation. Sorry.
For those of you who don't know Mary, she's really very, very close. Close siya. I mean, very, kahit katabi ko siya sa HR, hindi mo siya ma-penetrate. Some things, except about work, no? So I would imagine that kind of struggle in opening it up, because she's really not that kind of person. But by the grace of God, yeah. Any other question po? Or takeaways?
Comments.
Yes. Si Mo na, kadaas guild natin ito.
I admire you for your strength. Kasi talagang, alam ko yung pinagdaanan mo because like me and Dolls here, we were caregivers to our family members who went through surgery. And also, I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I know that you spared your other siblings through the painful process of helping you out or supporting you during the time na may sakit ka. Kasi parang ang feeling namin is, I'm speaking for me and Dali, I hope, na kami yung, it's so hard. Talagang, and so I commend your mom too for being so cool about it. So, ang tanong ko ngayon is, so, what's next for you? Like, medical question to, do you have to go through more tests or just to make sure na everything will be alright? Or things like that. So for us also to know
I
for
am
our health
Yes.
reasons then.
I am cancer-free now. It's my 7th year. And according to my doctor, I still have to undergo yearly checkups. It has to be closely monitored. Yes, but sabi ng doctor ko, if you survive, Mary Ann, the 10th year cancer-free, if you survive the 5th year cancer-free, definitely until the 10th year cancer-free ka. But sometimes, in very rare instances, on the 20th year, kasi traitor si cancer it may recur. So bilang ang lola mo, 50 plus 20, 70 years old, maybe it's a good way to die ulit. Thank you. Actually, you said I'm strong or you admire my strength. I find it really a weakness kasi I wasn't able to, I didn't have the courage to tell anybody, right? And I didn't allow, hiding it from my siblings, it made me realize that I did not give them a chance to be a brother and a sister to me.
So at least hanggang siblings. I mean, you really don't have to tell it to the world. You really don't have to tell it to your workmates, right? Pero at least sa siblings.
Yeah, I don't have to make a press release, hello, I have.
Yes. Yeah.
Only to the chosen few.
Okay, any other question? Please. Magandang title ng next book mo, yung doon sa prayer mo, How to be Comfortable in the Uncomfortable. Nakuha ko sa inyo. Okay, meron pa po ba? Meron pa? Sherry? Si Edith nasaan? Edith.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. Maybe your mom, I commend her also for her strength. Is she God close to God, prayerful?
Oo, prayerful si Mama.
That's why maybe that answers it. Because then she trusts God that He has His plans, His ways. Thank you again. We pray for you.
Thank you for sharing. I pray for you too.
All mothers are prayerful. Certainly, no? Oh, pero nakakaano, ang tanong ko talaga si Mary Ann, siya talaga yung pinaka-fittest staff in the world. Dati talaga, sobrang meditation, dancing, lahat-lahat. Pero, siya yung nagkaroon, genetic ba yun? Ano yun? Or,
It's in the genes.
in the genes,
Actually,
gano'n.
hindi rin totoo. If I mean, in my case, before I had cancer, I was blooming, I was gaining weight, I was beautiful. Sabi ko,
Always been beautiful. Ano ka
sabi
ba?
ko, and then, so hindi totoo na mag-lose ka ng weight, mawalan ka ng gana. Ang sarap mong kumain. At hindi rin totoo na you're health buff, and then you definitely have a cancer or an illness-free life. No. Yung time na yun, nag-yoga ako. Sabi ko, oh my God, dapat pala ako mag-yoga. Teka muna, sandali mag-yoga na ako. I have to do yoga today. Ay, di ba stressful? So siguro that's where it defeated the purpose of relaxation.
Kasi yung pagkain sa workstation, magkatabi kami, puro fruits, puro talaga siya yung nag-prepare, tapos tatakbo na talaga sa yoga, everything ganyan. But, napaka-fast-paced mo nun. Small work, sobrang magigi, napaka-active masyado. Okay, so, stress, guys. Okay. Oh, PJ, meron ka bang sasabihin? Wala. Anyway, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would just like.
Yes. I'm so glad I came.
Yeah. It was a very good opportunity for all of us to listen to this bit of things that you said about what you went through. And I hope you're done with it. I'll pray for you. I'll continue praying for you. Yeah. Mary Ann and I were together in BPMSD from 1990 to 1995.
C-Tower.
Sea Tower, yeah. Where the earthquake was? Were you?
After.
Yeah, yeah. We're together, and I knew her. She was a very nice person. She is a very nice person. Yeah. That's all I would say
It
about
is
her.
Ellen.
And we would like to thank you, Marianne, for this. We admire you. Your speech has given us more admiration for you and inspiration for you. But more than that, we admire God, who has worked through you and who has touched us also by with your story. So we have known how really faithful our God is to all His promises to us. And thank you for letting us know about that. Anyway, so with that, we are going to pray for you, and please pray for us as well. And let's give her again another round of applause. Thank you very much, Liz. So, guys, LNL is Lunch and Learn is every second Thursday, and if you want to be part of the mailing list, so you just have to email Beth Everline. Just let her know that you want to be part of the LLC, for the mailing list, for all the announcements of LLC. Thank you very much, all of you, for your time, and let us give a round of applause to our God for connecting us all here. We give Him praise and glory in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.